I don't see any solicitors on the line yet.
They're joining right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started with the Orca Status Conference in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. Today is May the 5th of 2023. I am Judge Melanie Williams. Today, we will address and check status on aging cases. All defendants present on the screen, you have an absolute right to remain silent, and those in person as well. You also have the right to an attorney. I'm conducting this proceeding both in person and over video and live stream. That means any member of the public can log on and watch this proceeding. When I call your name, attorneys feel free to sound. I'm going to call the entire calendar before we dismiss any parties in the hopes that we can pre-try and resolve at least a few of these matters. All right, Zachary Aldsberger or Aldisberger. Antonio Barber. Nikisha Barty.
Your Honor, I expect Ms. Barty to be on Zoom. We have a plea. The plea paperwork has been submitted, Judge.
Thank you. Mark Burleson.
Your Honor, I have that this case was null prost in the division on April 12th.
Okay. Thank you for that announcement, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome.
All right. Ivy Billington, represented by Ms. Rockwell.
Your Honor, I did just receive an email from Attorney Rockwell around 1 p.m. I'm not sure where she is.
Okay, we'll hold for that case. I believe I see the defendant on the line.
Okay.
Xavier Bobo.
Your Honor, Mr. Bobo is online, I see. I'm covering for Mr. Raffoff. I've requested pre-trial. I need to speak to him before we can proceed.
Okay, thank you. And I see he has two cases.
That's good.
Quincy Bowers.
Miss Rockwell is on the line, by the way.
Speaking. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, is Mr. Bowers on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you the one that says Michael's iPhone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you're gonna have to go somewhere and sit in one place. Mr. Bowers, being on Zoom is a privilege, all right? We're conducting this just as if we were all together in the same courtroom, okay? Please hold. Do you have an attorney?
Ma'am.
You said no, ma'am?
No, I don't.
Do you wish to seek the services of the Public Defender's Office today?
Yes, ma'am. But
Okay.
I have a question too.
No questions yet. If you wish to seek the services of the Public Defender's Office, please, Ms. Helen, are you present?
I am, Judge. Would you like me to give an announcement for anybody seeking the services of the Public Defender's Office? If you are on Zoom and you are trying to receive the services for the Public Defender's Office, please submit your first and last name. Mr. Bowers, get to a place where you're sitting down. Do not walk around. Send us your phone number so that we can then send you an application to fill out completely to see if you qualify today. So if we have a lot of people, just give us time, guys, to talk to everyone. But Mr. Bowers, take a seat somewhere because we got to have you fill out an application, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm like literally like just getting in, so I was like trying to get something to eat real quick, and this all this.
Wait, Mr. Bowers, don't do that.
Please stop. And if you try to get
wherever you are, hold on, Judge. Mr. Bowers, I don't want you to get in trouble right now. You are in court. Find a seat. Sit down.
All right.
That's good advice. All right, Brianna Bryant.
That's my case, Judge. She should be on Zoom. She was having some problems getting here physically, and she just emailed me thanking me for the Zoom link. So If we could just
Sorry.
hold. Ms. Braun, are you on?
Yes, I didn't realize I had it on mute, but I.
Okay, there she is, Judge.
To pre-try this.
Yeah, we want to pre-try that case, Judge.
Thank you. Kathy Byrne?
Your Honor, I also have that this case was null crossed on April 20th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Phil Kane?
That would be our case. Mr. Kane is in prison, so, and
Okay.
he's not scheduled to be released until later this year.
Okay,
Your Honor, the state was asking to try to do a plea and abstention. In that case, I don't know if Mr. Haddad, you've been able to contact Mr. Kane, but
Well, I have not. I mean, it was Mike's case. I mean, it's difficult.
we'll reset that one.
I would suggest.
The suggestion that we move forward to try to do the plea and abstention. Ms. Turner, can you give me the July dates in light of the fact that he's in case? We'll come back to that one, but we're gonna reset that one further out. Okay, Tavante Cone. Tavante Cone, perhaps. David Conrad.
Good afternoon, Judge Attorney Larry DeLand for Mr. Conrad. He is present on the Zoom call. I've been speaking with Ms. Riley about that case. We can continue to pre-try it. I don't know if we'll resolve it today, but certainly we'll pre-try it further.
All right, let's try. Thank you. Please hold. Nicholas Cooper. Dwayne David. Mohammed Diallo.
Good afternoon, Judge. Erin Donnelly for Mr. Diallo.
All right, thank you. And it's our hope we can pre-try that case as well.
That's actually already a diversion.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, and I sent in the intake form just about 15, 30 minutes ago.
yes, and I have received that.
All
And
right.
I believe it was also sent to the Orca litigation managers.
Okay, so the forms have been received. And so we just need to reset that for compliance.
Yes, Your
That's
Honor.
correct.
All right, so we'll reset to June 9th for compliance, and your client and you are both free to go at this time.
Judge,
I
have
apologize, Judge.
So they-
Didn't want to interrupt you. Mr. Bowers is sitting down. Thank you, Mr. Bowers, but I've messaged you in the chat. Send me your email and
Okay.
your phone number,
Sorry,
okay?
Ms.
Sorry,
Turner,
Judge.
what you said? Okay, is the June 9th calendar sufficient time for the diversion? Or do we
I
need a July date?
request- June is fine. I'm already on the June 8th calendar. Could we be placed on that one as well?
I'm not sure. It's divided differently.
Okay, because I was in court today, so I
No,
know.
I understand it. It's the problem is when you're on this calendar, you're reset to the same division, same manager. So I don't believe we can put that on that same calendar, okay? But we will make a request. I'll note the request, but you'll get a notice that you'll be reset either the 9th or the 8th, all right?
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. You're free to go. Joshua Fletcher. Did someone respond? Okay. Rashad Flowers.
Judge, that's my case as well.
Okay.
Mr. Flowers, he just retained us a few days ago. And I don't believe there's discovery online, or at least I could not see it.
Okay. Well, please hold them, Miss Donnelly, for one second.
Yes, Your
All right.
Honor.
And I'm sorry, you stood.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Shannon Cagle and I'm from Cagle Bail Bonds, which is the surety office account.
Okay.
I had filed a motion in regards to relieving us of the surety of it. And just wanted to bring it to the court's attention.
Okay. Give us one moment. We'll come back to it. Thank you. Renisha Gooden. Renisha Gooden. Last name is Gray. LaMelvin Gray. No LaMelvin Gray. Tierra Harris. Eric Harvey.
Your Honor, that is my case. It's a plea. I submitted the paperwork. I don't know. I just got a call from Mr. Harvey before court started. I sent him the link, but I'm not sure if he's on or not, Judge. So at
Alright.
some point, I'll step outside. But that should
Hopefully
be,
he'll appear.
that'll be pretty good.
D'Amber Holmes. Roderick Kellogg.
Here.
I'm sorry, are you Roderick Kellogg?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Kellogg, do you have an attorney?
I have a public defender, I thought.
All right, there's no record of the public defender's office representing you on this case just yet. So what I need you to do as well is to send your information in the chat to Ms. Helen so she can speak to you, okay?
Okay, well, how do I do that, Your Honor?
Okay, you're gonna click on the little button that says chat and you're gonna send your information over after scrolling to her name, okay? But I must keep going. I can't talk you through this just yet, okay? But look for the one that says PD Helen and you're gonna send her your information, okay? Reginald Kilgore.
I apologize, Judge. It sounds like he may have an issue. Can you read out your phone number, Mr. Kellogg?
Let me get through calling the calendar, Ms. Helen, please. Reginald
Gotcha.
Kilgore. Dietrich King.
Your Honor, did you say, I'm sorry, Reginald Kilgore? I think.
I did.
Ms. Taylor, I could have sworn I saw her on the second page, but maybe she's not. She got disconnected.
I'm here. I'm sorry. Thank you for saying you saw me. I did get kind of disconnected. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Mr. Kilgore is supposed to be on the Zoom platform, Judge. Do you all see him? Mr. Kilgore, you need to unmute your video and audio.
Kellogg.
Kilgore.
My name is Kellogg.
Not you, sir. Not you, sir. Please hold.
Okay.
All right. Is Mr. Kilgore here? What is your announcement, Ms. Taylor? Is it, can
My
we
announcement-
this case today?
No, Judge. No, not at all. We pleaded not guilty. He's pleaded not guilty of wanting a jury trial.
All right. We'll so reset further notice to get to the jury trial calendar as part of the Orca division. We'll hold one moment. I at least would like the state to put that offer onto the record. Let me finish calling the calendar and we'll come right back to that position. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Hold, please.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Dietrich King. Ashley Lawless or Lolis. Michael Mays.
Yes, Judge, that's my case. Mr. Mays is present. Your Honor, I think we can get a better clarification on this case if we put it on a motions calendar.
Okay. And we can't pre-try it today?
I certainly can chat, but I think we need to.
Let's try. We'll come right back. Thank you. Delvon Mincy. Mr. Mincy, do you have an attorney?
Yes, I have a public defender.
Okay, the public defender has not filed an official entry for you. Please hold. Someone here will speak with you, all right? Ezekiel Moore. Quintavious Moore. Valerie Moore. Chad Nelson.
Here.
All right, Mr. Nelson, do you have an attorney?
No, man, I haven't spoken to anyone.
I'm sorry, you're supposed to have, you say that again?
I haven't spoken with anyone.
All right, so would you like to speak to the public defender's office?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, please send your information to Ms. Helen, and I'll allow Ms. Helen in a moment for you to give that same announcement with instructions. But Mr. Nelson is gonna want your help. Jaquila Ponder?
Present.
You need to turn on your camera, Ms. Ponder, or as if you're not here. Do you have an attorney, Ms. Ponder? Oh, I see you're represented by the public defender's office. So
Yeah.
please send your information to Ms. Helen as well, so she can speak to you.
Send it to who?
I'm sorry?
To send it to who?
Okay, you are going to contact PD Helen, all right? And you're gonna turn on your camera because we cannot speak to people who are not here. Carlos Portillo. Ms. Melgar,
My con is here, is in a wheelchair, Judge. I'm gonna say pre-trial, we need to have a little bit of an extended discussion on this case, Judge.
okay, thank you. Deanna Reed,
Judge David Rigdon here. Miss Reed is online. I'm appearing for Scott Fortis. He had a conflict. He asked me to ask for a reset to give a little bit more time to work this out. Failing that, we would announce ready for trial pending motions.
okay. Well, one moment for me. You don't believe we can pre-try this case today?
No, Judge, I don't. I'm not familiar with the case, and
Okay, because Mr. Fortis is not here and you did appear, we'll go ahead and reset that case to the next status on June 9th. Please ask Mr. Fortis to please appear and be prepared to try at that time, okay?
that sounds great, Judge, and that concludes my business. If I may be excused.
You may be excused.
No, could you say that date one more time? I'm sorry.
June 9th.
June 9th. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Quincy Bowers.
Yeah, Mr. Bowers, please listen to the deputy.
Now, if you've been warned 3 times to sit still, no eating, no drinking, you are to conduct yourself as if you in this court. If any further interruption from you, you're going to be proper measure be taken against you. So I really need you to cooperate with us at this time.
Yes,
we don't
sir.
have enough time to play. We have a lot of people out here.
Sorry about that.
You will be put out of the Zoom conference just as if you were here. That applies to everyone. Rolanda Sears. Alan Stockard.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. That's my case. I'd like to pre-try that case, please.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Jacqueline Truitt. Did I hear her here? Miss Truitt is here?
Stand up, stand up.
All right, Miss Truitt, do you have an attorney? And is your mother here? Okay. Do you have an attorney, ma'am? Okay, can the public defender's office speak with them, please? Thank you.
Sure. What is it, 2 cases or 1 when you ask the
It's
mother?
one case, but there's I can't say it now.
Oh, okay,
Okay, but if
no
you
problem.
go back there, I'm sure they'll fill you in, all right?
Okay, no problem. Got it, Judge.
All right, DeAnthony White.
I'm here.
All right, Mr. White, you wish to have the services of the public defender's office? Okay, I'm assuming you're saying yes. Shajon White.
Oh, that's my case, Judge.
I'm here.
Yeah, he should be present. Matter of fact, he logged on the 9 o'clock calendar this morning, just so you know. But he's here. I'll announce pre-trial.
Okay, thank you. April Williams.
I'm here.
All right, do you have an attorney, Ms. Williams?
So,
Do you wish to seek the services of the public defender's office?
I would like to, hire my own attorney because it's been so long ago.
I think you should speak to the public defender's office, just hold, okay? But if not, we'll allow you to go, we'll consider that request, okay? Jalen Wilson. Christopher.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Tom Thomas for Mr. Wilson. I saw him earlier on the call.
Okay,
Your Honor, this is a case that the state filed its accusations a day late beyond the 2 years, so we may have to do a motion hearing to hear that. If it survives that, I guess it's ready for trial.
okay, give us one moment. Come right back to that case. Christopher Wallstein.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jamie Hernan for Christopher Wallstein. He's present. That case has a plea signed and ready for you.
Thank you. Perfect. Aria Womack.
Good morning, good afternoon, Judge. I just filed on that case. So I'm probably not ready to pre-try it. Could we put it on a different calendar, please?
You said you're not ready to pre-try that case?
Well, I just filed on it this morning. She just retained me, Judge, and so I guess
Okay. We'll come right back to it. Let me finish this last part. I understand that request, Ms. Rockwell. Alexander Wright,
That's me.
you have an attorney, Mr. Wright. And I have a note, you were to come here in person. Why are you not in person today?
I didn't know I was supposed to come in person.
That's a note that I have here. Do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office today?
My attorney passed away dealing with this case. Was trying to get to the bottom of it, so I guess I got.
Okay, talk to send Miss Helen a message. Let's see if she can assist you just from this vantage point. We'll come back to your case, all right? Hold one moment.
Thank you.
All right, going back to, before we begin any pre-trial, let's do as much business as we can first. The case of Mr. Kilgore, Miss Taylor's case. Is this Miss Githia or Miss Riley?
It's my case, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Githia, will you put the offer into the record for me?
The offer is 12 months to serve for this one, Your Honor.
Okay, and Miss Taylor, your client is rejecting that at this time?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge. You're calling me. Were we talking about Mr.? I apologize, Judge.
Mr. Kilgore, Reginald Kilgore.
All right, Mr. Kilgore has rejected that offer. He will be so reset to the Orca jury trial calendar, and a further notice will be sent out, all right?
All right, let me just be clear, Judge. Who was the solicitor on the case again? I didn't hear the name.
Miss Sarita Githia.
Sarita Githia.
Yes, she's assigned to this case. Miss Githia and Miss Taylor, perhaps you can exchange contact information via this Zoom conference.
Oh, I emailed you. I emailed you on May 4th, Miss Taylor.
May 4th, that would have been yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, you sent me an email yesterday to my email, my Gmail email.
I have to double check, but I think it was.
All right, while you all
Okay.
once you confirm the information, Miss Taylor, you're free to go, as is Mr. Kilgore, all right?
Thank you.
All right, let's now visit the, let's see, hold on one second. Let's get as many of these taken as we can. All right, the case of Mr. Mays. Mr. Stein, you're requesting that this case be placed on a motions calendar?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the earliest motions calendar is at the 9th as well?
No, Your Honor, one moment.
Okay, one moment. We're gonna look and see what motions calendar is available.
Your Honor, we have a June 23rd.
Okay, would June 23rd give you enough time, Ms. Githia and Mr. Stein, to perhaps discuss the case and be prepared for the motions calendar?
Yes, Judge, what time would that be on the 23rd of June?
9 o'clock a.m.
It's in the morning. It's a 9 a.m.
Okay,
calendar.
would that be in person?
Yes, motions calendars are in person.
Yeah, that works for me, and we can communicate between now and then too.
All right, so we'll reset that case to the motions calendar at 9 a.m. All right, and you're free to go this time, as is your client.
Thank you.
Someone else requested the motions calendar. Was that, I'm sorry, who's speaking?
It was Mr. Mays. It was Michael Mays, just saying thank you.
Oh, take care, Mr. Mays. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. I believe there was another attorney who requested the motions calendar. Was it, let's see. And feel free to sound out if you were an attorney. Was it you, Mr. Tom?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I was just getting my unmute off, Your Honor.
I thought it was you. You've requested to go to the motions calendar.
The reason for that is that the accusation was filed on 11/02 of 2020, and in it says the date of arrest was November 1st, 2018. So it's a day beyond 2 years. So I don't know that we can accomplish much until we resolve whether the accusations are even going to stand.
All right. So in light of those that proper, we will reset Mr. Wilson's case to the June 23rd motion calendar. I hope that gives Ms. Githia and you enough time to confer. Otherwise, you're free to go at this time.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wilson, you're free to go too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Were there other attorneys requesting a reset to the motions calendar specifically? All right. I didn't.
No, Judge, but Judge, I just checked my email. I only have a recommendation. I don't have any discovery. for Ms. Githier or Reginald Kilgore. I do see whether it was said I was sent a recommendation.
I believe Discovery is loaded into Odyssey, but I'm not sure. Ms. Githier, would you like to address that, please?
Yes, John, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. All right.
And if you could tell me what time, that'll help me too, because I can pinpoint it on my email if you can tell me a time.
All right, let's try to take some pleas. Can we take the plea of position? Let's see.
Judge, we weren't requesting a reset to the motions calendar, but we were requesting a reset to the next status.
I'm sorry, what was your client again?
Rashad Flowers. I don't see any discovery online. I just see an accusation.
And you said you're requesting a reset not to the motions, but to the status calendar?
Yeah, or your final plea, whichever is easier for the.
Even aside from that, you don't believe we can resolve or at least discuss an offer today?
No, because I don't have.
Okay, Ms. Riley, is this your case, position 18?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer was not conveyed because we did not know that Ms. Donalick was representing him. I could give the recommendation. Discovery has been requested to be filed.
Okay,
but
we'll still take a recommendation in before we reset.
Absolutely. Count 1, battery family violence is 12 months to serve 8 days, credit for time served, 8 days, balance on probation, family violence intervention program, and to have no further violent or harassing contact with the victim. Counts 2 through 4 would merge.
All right, and I'm assuming your client is rejecting that offer at this vantage point. So we will
yes.
So we will reset this case to the June 9th status conference. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Does that conclude your business at this time?
It does.
All right. You are free to go.
Thank you so much.
Your Honor, regarding Mr. Kilgore, the initial discovery was filed August 31st, 2022, and supplemental discovery was filed April 25th, 2023.
Okay. So Ms. Taylor, apparently this discovery has been filed. And maybe you can speak with Ms. Githier at another point regarding this matter. You're still muted.
Okay, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Ms. Githier. You said it was filed when?
August 31st, 2022, the initial discovery, and supplemental April 25th, 2023.
So we're not talking about May 4th, as you just said.
I sent you an email regarding the recommendation May 4th.
Okay, so August 31st, 2022, and April 25th, 2023. Okay, all right, I'll be in touch. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Rockwell, Ms. Kilgore, before she leaves, did she already leave? Yep, what did you need?
I had sent her the acknowledgement.
Okay.
Ms. Rockwell is there.
Ms. Rockwell, as it pertains to Ms. Womack's case, you've indicated that you were just hired today and just entered your appearance today, so you're not prepared to go forward to pre-try this case at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right, so Ms. Githier, will you put that offer onto the record?
Yes, Your Honor. For DUI, less safe is 12 months to serve, 1 day, credit for time served, 1 day, the balance probated, a $750 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, risk reduction program, and 1 victim impact panel. The remaining charges will be no cost.
All right, and your client rejects that offer at this vantage point, Ms. Rockwell?
Well, Judge, if that would be okay, if I could just kind of have a minute with the prosecutor after I review the discovery. So that's why I go to another status conference, if that's possible.
All right, we'll reset this case to the June 9th status conference.
Will that still be online? Because that's my vacation week.
Oh, okay. Would you like to go to the 23rd? There's no status that day, is there?
No, Your
No,
Honor, my mom.
Yeah, if we be on Zoom. I'll be about sick of my family by June the 9th.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to? I understand how that is. The court doesn't object to a reset for conflicts if you would like to go to a different date.
If it could be on a status conference, please, Judge, if that's okay.
All right, so we will reset to the June 9th status. All right.
Okay.
Your Honor, pardon my interruption, but Attorney Rockwell also has position 5, Mr. Billings.
Right, I'm aware, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw your client, Mr. Billington, was present on the screen. Is Mr. Billington still here? The Zoom has scrambled. Okay, what was your announcement for that case?
I'd love a pretrial, please, Judge.
Let's try to pre-try that one if we can.
May I excuse him, and if we need him, I can get him back?
Does he have somewhere he has to be, Ms. Rockwell, like a job or something like that? Because this is court, so the idea is that we're all sitting here, all right?
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, so, because you never know, sometimes you log off the Zoom and people forget to come back. All right, let's,
Judge, I have before we break out, on position 9, Brianna Bryant. That's my case. I announced pretrial, but I forgot to ask, since this is a status conference, I do have the written discovery, but I need to ask the state, this is a DUI case, is there a video? Because if there is a video that hasn't been ordered, or has been ordered and haven't been received, I need that video to be able to share that with my client to discuss any potential offers and resolutions, because there's a blood sample. So this could be a DUI that can end up being simple or can end up being very complicated.
all right. Well, ask us probably to take a quick look at that.
Okay.
While I continue to go forward. All right, let's see. Let's see, can we take the pleas and then begin our pre-trial? What positions were pleas again? I have number 44 as a plea. Can we take that, Christopher Waldstein? So we have.
We're ready.
And we have the paperwork? All right. Thank you, that's okay. Is Mr. Waldstein present on the Zoom conference? All right, Mr. Waldstein, you're gonna have to raise your right hand and unmute yourself. I'm gonna place you under oath for the very limited purposes of taking a plea today. So I need you to unmute. Do you
Yes, I'm unmuted.
All right, do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today for the limited purposes of taking a plea will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Thank you. I believe this is Ms. Githiea's case. Ms. Githia, if you would give me state's offer and
Yes, sir.
any other relevant information at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. For disorderly conduct, is going to be 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, the ballot suspended. Simple assault will be dismissed. And I'm pulling up the case right now.
And Mr. Hernan, was that your understanding of the offer? And do you so stipulate the factual basis, ID, and venue?
Your Honor, he would like to plead under Alford. Venue is fine, but we would ask that he be allowed to plead under Alford.
All right, and I'm sure the state will object. So Ms. Githia, if you would give me the history and any relevant information to inform my decision, unless the state does not object.
The state does not object.
All right, in light of that, we'll allow him to do so. I'm gonna ask you some questions, Mr. Wallstein, to make sure that this is a voluntary plea. All right, reminding you that you're under oath. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
No.
Did anyone coerce you into taking a plea?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange?
No.
Do you understand you'll have no further court dates and you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
And you're willing to waive those rights?
Yes.
All right. And you understand that taking a guilty plea may also affect employment or other aspects of your life?
Yes.
All right. As to the charges previously listed, I believe disorderly conduct in case 19 CR 010090F. How do you plead?
Me?
Yes, how do you plead? You're the only one who can take a plea.
Guilty.
All right, I accept your guilty plea with the condition under offer that's requested by the attorney. Is there anything further from either the state or the defense?
No.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, we
Did
just,
you want me to give the factual basis or did he stipulate to the?
He stipulated,
Okay.
so we're okay. All right. And it was fully negotiated. All right, at this time, your client is free to go, as are you, Mr. Hernan. If there's nothing else, we have the paperwork here at the court.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you. All right, if we could, let's see. All right, there was one other plea that we're gonna take today, correct? No, is
Judge,
it?
I have two.
You have two, are we ready for those, please? We may not be.
I don't know.
Need a moment. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our breakouts for our private attorneys first. Ms. Riley, you have up until what number?
Until 23.
You have up until 23?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's see. And Ms. Githier, I'm assuming you have the balance. So Ms. Githier, can we put you in a breakout with Mr. Sessions?
I have one too, Judge. My apologies for interrupting.
Oh, I see.
And I'm raising my hand because I would like to approach the bench. Ms. Githier is free. She's the prosecutor in this case. It's regarding Ms. Truitt, position 39.
Okay. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right, position 39.
I just want to catch Ms.
Is that the
Githier
mother
before we
and-
break out.
Okay, yeah, there's a note on the calendar. Ms. Githier, do you have that note as well?
I don't have a note, Your Honor.
Okay. There are some MH concerns here. If you would like.
Yes,
to-
yes.
Well, yes, okay, I saw that note. I thought it was another one that.
No, that's the note I'm referring to so that he's aware. But the problem is everybody's still gonna hear it because I'm broadcasting through the Zoom. So there's really no way to speak to me. Let's wait. Let's hold for that case. All right, so Ms. Riley has through, if Ms. Githier could go on with Mr.
I tell you what, can I speak with Ms. Githier 15 seconds? Because I just have a question to ask her. about
Okay,
that mic.
if you want to go call her, let's figure out who can speak with Ms. Riley. All right. Let's
And I believe it was Attorney Rockwell.
or Mr. Deland. Let's see if we can do that
Okay.
one first. Okay.
I'm sorry,
So
with the exception of positions 6 and 7, those are Director Ekpo's.
okay. So if Ms. Riley could speak with Mr. Deland, and who would need to speak with Director Expo, Ms. Expo?
I am, Judge. I'm
Ms.
texting her to see if I can call her right now on her
Okay.
cell phone.
Yeah,
So
I'll put it in the chat. Yes, sir.
All right. Other than Mr. Deland and Mr. Sessions, are there any other private attorneys on the line? I see Ms. Rockwell. I didn't forget you. Ms. Rockwell, you are next. Was there anyone else? No other private attorneys online. Okay, everyone else, please hold momentarily. And I know there are some people that I've instructed to speak with the public defender's office. I assure you they're gonna get with you as soon as they can. If you put your information in the chat. And Mr. Haddad, I know you're gonna make some calls, but there was a couple people in the courtroom who I've asked you to speak with if you can.
Judge, may I see if either my clients, Miss Barty, Nikita Barty, are you on?
I'm sorry, what position was that?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, all right, Judge, just so the court knows, Ms. Barty's on. We are, whenever the court is ready and the plea paperwork, we're ready. And one other person, Eric Harvey, is Mr. Harvey on? He apparently was having trouble getting on, so.
So let's do the pre-tries now, then we'll take those, please. And please start sending plea paperwork as you can.
Judge, I do apologize for interrupting, but Mr. Quintavious Moore, position 31, did he appear in person or on Zoom? Because I can't find his name on the Zoom chat.
I don't think.
Mr.
He didn't file.
No.
31? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. And then also for position 39, I think that's a Miss Truitt. Did she show up in person or on Zoom?
She's in person.
Understood, Judge.
Okay, they're speaking with them. Yeah.
We haven't taken that play.
Yeah,
Okay.
just, that's what we're doing. Thank you.
That's fine.
Again, my apologize, Judge. Position 24, Mr. Kellogg. Mr. Kellogg, I don't know if he can hear me, but can you read out your phone number, Mr. Kellogg?
404-447-3794.
Thank you. I'll give you a call shortly.
So I gotta stay here or?
Yes,
Okay,
but if you have to drop out for a moment to speak to Ms. Helen, you can do that.
okay. So we're going to mute now again or?
That would be great. Thank you.
While Mr. Gaither is speaking with Ms. Truitt, can I be in a breakout session, a breakout with Attorney Sessions?
Yes, that's where I thought you were.
I was
Ms.
talking to
Gade,
Mr.
I
Gaither.
sent you
I
an
spoke
invite
to him
already.
first.
Okay, yes, that's great. Thank you.
And lastly, Judge, apologies for interrupting. Position 34, Miss Ponder. I think she's on Zoom. What is your phone number?
Oh, there's got to be a better way.
Hello?
There has
Yes,
got-
Miss Ponder, what's your phone number?
470-778-8418.
I'll give you a call. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Deland and Ms. Riley, any announcements?
Yes, Judge, thank you. I think that's what we're asking is that the case be scheduled for a jury trial calendar. I anticipate this case resolving short of that one way or the other, but right now, I think we're both in agreement to have it placed on a trial calendar.
All right, and Ms. Riley, if you'll put the offer onto the record before they go.
Yes, Your Honor, it is 12 months to serve 5 days, credit for time served 5 days, the balance on probation, 4 anger management classes. However, we did discuss removing the anger management classes and to have no further violent or harassing contact with the victim.
All right, and your client rejects that offer at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're gonna receive an acknowledgement of jury trial order. Please sign and send that back once you get that, Mr. Deland. And then you and your client are both free to go at this time. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, take care.
Have a good week.
You too.
Your Honor.
Yes, they're going to jury trial.
Okay, thank you.
And is there anyone else who could, oh, Miss Riley is back. Can Miss Riley go into the breakout now with Miss Rockwell? Thank you, Lynn. I just see you doing. Right, you want to just make sure you have it open. So inside. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Judge. We're back.
All right, any announcements?
Judge, I'm already coming back on June 9th for Miss Womack. Judge, there's a little bit more discovery that the prosecutor's going to get to me. Do you think I could put him on the 9th also, just to kind of make sure that I have everything before we go to the final plea?
That's fine. You're asking for a final plea calendar? versus
No,
the
Judge.
a status.
Status on the 9th of June, because I'm coming back with her on the 9th.
All right, Ms. Riley, will you put the offer onto the record?
Yes, Your Honor, it's 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, the balance on probation, a $400 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol and drug evaluation, any treatment that is recommended, risk reduction, and 1 victim impact panel. For count 2, it will merge or be null pros.
All right, we'll reset that case to the June 9th status calendar. Ms. Rockwell and Mr. Billings are both free to go at this time.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you so much.
All right, Ms. Helen, are there any announcements online regarding people who may qualify or in the courtroom? Oh, there's no one here. Any announcements online? Okay.
Mr. Sessions and I have returned out the break room, Your Honor.
Oh, I see you now. Any announcements?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to put Mr. Stockard's case over to the motions calendar.
Okay. And can you give a proffer regarding the substance of the motion very briefly?
It will be a plea in bar on constitutional speedy trial grounds, Your Honor, and we've got motions in limine to exclude the refusal of the blood test result. I'm sorry, refusal of a blood test, and then refusal of field sobrieties, which I think the state will ultimately concede to.
All right, we will reset those cases, the June 23rd motions calendar. It's our hope that we can resolve it before then, however. All right.
I hope so, Your Honor.
All right.
What time will that be, Your Honor?
That one's at 9 a.m.
Thank you so much. Maybe excuse today.
You may. Take care, Mr. Sessions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else waiting to speak to Ms. Githier? I don't believe so. Or Ms. Riley? Upon a return and announcement, we can start taking pleas.
Your Honor, Mr. Haddad and I are going to need to speak about position 35, but before we do, I do need to call someone regarding this case, so if I could just have a few minutes.
That's fine. We're not ready to move. Everybody else is breaking and pre-trying.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry, the young lady in the back, please tell me your name again. You were here for, I believe we've already reset that case, but you wanted to speak about the bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
What case was that?
It was for Flowers.
Flowers, okay. I'm assuming you're seeking a bond revocation?
No, Your Honor. We're just, so to be completely honest with you, with it being transferred, it kind of left me a little bit confused when it comes to the 17631 code section. With it being relieved if it's 2 years for felony and 1 year for a misdemeanor. But this being transferred, I was not sure if it would, at what point,
Yeah, I'm not
how
sure.
the math goes exactly.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself either, as I've not been presented with that. Um,
However, I do know how many months total, since we've been on bond, which was, from, May 4th of 2020. Is when we signed.
and then of course there was some
The total,
states.
yes.
There were some states as well. I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
So I did take in consideration, the tolling period, and during, from the extent of the bond during tolling was 13 months out of the 15 months for tolling because of COVID. And then that left 22 months. Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. I honestly don't know. I've not been presented with that, but I'm assuming. And math is not my strong suit at all.
You see my little tally marks, that's my.
Let me see. What was the date again that it began?
Yes, the
really
data
bad
one,
at
May 4th of 2020.
And so normally it would have been until the 20, the same, and then it was 15 months of tolling, you said?
The tolling was from, March 4th, 2020 to June 30th.
So your opinion is that it expired on what day? Not expired, but it would have ended when? Trying to do something, hold on, 17. And any other legal scholar who knows the answer to this,
Okay, I'm sorry. you said-
feel free to weigh in.
Right now, I'm sorry.
It began to run on May the 4th. It was told for 15 months. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It wasn't longer than that, didn't COVID thing?
It was 15
Okay.
months. And then 2 months of that, so only 13 months of it was tolling.
Mr. Any thoughts? Because I'm trying to, let's see. Okay. I'm assuming that's right. 15 months. 15 months from, yeah. Plus the 1 year. Let's double check the date, the beginning dates. What would I have to sign? What form is that?
I have a motion with the order if you would like. I
Okay.
also did file it
You
online.
you can approach, let's see what you have. And once Ms. Turner confirms the date for me. And technically it may, you know what, technically that may still have to go to a motions calendar. Or it's a little weird, I don't know.
Are you referring to the motion that was filed January 21st?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what you just handed?
That's what you just
Okay,
handed.
that's all right. 1 second.
See, technically,
Cause it May 4th, okay, so.
And, let me make Miss Riley, are you present? I'm looking at a motion filed on petition 18 to relieve the surety. And I guess we should have addressed this before I let, counsel for the defendant leave as well.
Yes, let me pull up the case, Your Honor, because I do not have a copy of the motion, so.
Okay, I just received it. I'm trying to figure out the time.
They came on the bond on May 4th of 2020.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm trying to calculate time myself.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe this order is correct. I believe the time has expired to hold the surety company responsible. However, procedurally, I'm not sure if this should go to me today or if it should go to a motions calendar technically, because technically within the Orca procedure, all motions go to a motions calendar. Is that not correct, Ms. Turner?
Say, one more time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What I was saying is the way we handle all Orca matters is that if there's any motion filed, it technically, no matter who it is, has to go to a motions calendar, regardless of when the case itself is filed. So,
Yes, this is been reassigned to Orca. then
May
we
I
have
ask a
all-
question, Your Honor?
of course,
Does that mean it will be actually assigned to a judge, or will it come back in front of Orca?
it's in the Orca division now. So yes, it has to go to an Orca motions calendar.
Understood.
But the problem is now the defendant is going to a different calendar on a different day. Ms. Turner, is there a way to resolve this?
I just suggest that we place it on a motion and then prior to the 23rd, and we can have some, I think, because I have to defer to Michael Jordan.
Okay. Okay, you see what I mean? The problem is they're coming back on the 9th. I'm trying to figure this out for you.
No, I understand, Your Honor.
I can.
And I agree with your motion, but procedurally, the defendant has to know that this is happening. That's the, I should have caught this earlier when I did the full reset.
You want me to see if they can get back online, Your Honor?
I've ran into this, same thing in other courtrooms.
It has to be taken care of all of it at once. No, we don't have to get them back on the line.
Okay.
But they should probably get a notice to the motions calendar as well.
Okay, so.
Is there a sooner motions calendar?
Excuse me, Judge Williams. This
Yes.
is litigation manager, Ms. Franklin Redden. What we can do is if Ms. Bolton gets Cagle, the representative from Cagle Bonding Company, her contact information, we will make sure this may not have been a case that should have even been transferred to Orca. So what we can do at this point is make sure we get the representative's contact information and inform them if it's going to go back to the division, verify that she doesn't have any other cases with Orca before we place it on a motion calendar or anything else. That way we can make sure that her motion that she filed is addressed properly and it's placed on the proper calendar.
Okay, the only problem is I've already reset defendant to the Orca status, so you're gonna pull them back?
It's okay,
from
we can
that?
pull it back and
Okay.
make sure that we communicate to counsel and inform them as to what has taken place.
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Franklin, for weighing in. I appreciate that.
No
So
worries.
what's gonna happen is, even though the attorney has already consented to another day, the whole thing might get taken back and taken care of at once, okay? I'm gonna, and I agree with you unfortunately, but I can't address this today. That's our new procedure, okay?
Thank you.
So you'll get another notice, as will defendant, and hopefully everything will get taken care of at once.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Excuse.
Yes, you may. Take care. Have a good day. All right, announcements, Mr. Haddad. And
yes.
Mr. Gaither, if you have any.
Yes, Judge, on position number 6 and 7, it's gonna be a plea. I'm almost wrapped up with the paperwork. That will be a plea. Judge, and I apologize for this, but position number 35, Carlos Portillo Melgar.
Yes.
I need the assistance of the interpreter, and unfortunately, he has a meeting starting at 2:30. But this is a kind of really strange, unusual situation. My client is, I mean, he is in a wheelchair. He obviously speaks Spanish only. He has a really, really serious medical condition, Judge. I'll read it specifically. It's PSP, progressive supranuclear palsy, and there's no improvement to that. It's almost like Parkinson's or this type of MS, and he's been slowly getting worse. And the interpreter has known my client for quite some time because he helps him with interpretation. But he's not competent to do a plea, and it's not going to get better. So I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm asking the state to consider a dead docket. There's nothing I can do about this case. He's not going to get better. And his condition is bad. I can't really talk to him much in terms of there's serious competency issues. So even if he wanted to take a plea, he can't. He's also unable to work, obviously. It's a hit and run. I think the state's main concern is restitution, but I mean, I don't know what else to do. So Judge Law, this has been going on for some time. Judge Law ordered him to come in person, which was very, very difficult. I think his wife, who's very limited income, they had to get an Uber to get down here. If the court, I mean, I would just ask if nothing's going to happen on this case for him to be excused. I mean, he can even show up on Zoom in the past, which is why Judge Law wanted him to come in person. I mean,
He could not show up on Zoom?
Okay, so they have no internet. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, it's really a sad case from my.
Wait a second, is Ms. Githia here? She has us on mute. We're probably gonna have to go through that whole discussion again, because I think that's her case. I should have caught that. You have to hold one moment.
I can remember who's who, but who's handling the case.
All right, so let's get, and are there any other announcements? We'll come back to that one. And you're going through the plea paperwork for 6 and 7?
Yes, Judge, I am almost done right now.
All right, so we can do that one.
And
And then we'll revisit that other position upon Ms. Githia's return. Oh, I need to check one thing before I take this plea.
My case, Judge?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Ms. Expo, in the position 6 and 7, will you please give me the name and Ms. Expo, can you hear me? Is she frozen?
Yes, Your Honor, it appears that she is.
Ms. Riley, Can you give me the name of the name of the victim, if possible? I need to check one.
Your Honor, I can,
Or you can give me the name of the victim, sir.
it would be his child, his own child, Judge.
It was a small
It's a
baby.
minor. Yes, Your Honor. Give me just a moment.
I just need to make sure that this is not, I need to make sure that I am not conflicted. That's what I. need to
Yes,
make.
Your Honor. I believe she was 2 years old. Okay, there's Ms. Ekpa.
I had you on mute, Judge. I apologize.
That's okay. If someone could just chat me or give me the name, the birth date as well. I just need to check one thing within the system of my office.
2019.
Your
Are
Honor,
you for Alana's birthday?
Okay, hold 1 second.
like me to approach with the name?
Please. And this is a fully negotiated plea?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, it is. We've been working on this since November of last year.
Okay. I need to hold one moment if we can take care of other business while I check one thing.
Yes.
Is this a plea?
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to find out a solution, that's all I'm asking. Oh, okay. So. Is he online? Do you see him online?
Sorry.
Do you see him online?
No, I don't. This is the iPhone. It's been a year and a half since I saw him.
Okay, let me,
Ms. Riley, I think I sent you the paperwork on Mr. Harvey, Eric Harvey, the plea paperwork.
Yes, Mr. Harvey. I have Mr. Harvey and also position 3, Ms. Barty.
All right, do we need, I know I signed the paperwork, does the state, I think on Harvey,
I responded. I don't have an objection.
oh, no, I'm sorry. I think it's missing your signature perhaps. I'm not sure. I think is that what it is, Ms. Wilson? I think that I typed it up myself. That's why it's missing your signature.
all right, is there another plea we can take? I'm waiting for my paralegal to check one thing.
I think Ms. Barty is ready, position number 3.
Okay, we can take that plea.
I'm here.
And Your Honor, just so the court is aware, my client resides in Florida, so I was going to request for her to be able to report by phone or mail. And I apologize, Ms. Riley, I took over this case from Ms. Gant, and I don't know if that was discussed with you or not, so.
Okay. Give me one
I
moment.
don't remember it being discussed, but that's fine. I don't have an objection to her reporting by phone or mail.
Okay, I previously spoke with, before I became a Fulton County judge, I did speak to Mr. Bobo regarding this case. My paralegal just confirmed it, so that plea will have to be reset to another judge to take a final plea. All right, so unfortunately, Mr. Bobo, you may not remember me, however, I do have a conflict and cannot take your plea today. Okay, so you may not remember me, but we spoke briefly about this case before I became a Fulton County judge. Okay, so we are gonna reset this. I mean, the odds of that are just very limited.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's very true, Mr. Bubba. I do remember your situation, and I think because I remembered it, I remembered you. All right, so we can reset this. I'm sorry?
I said, I appreciate you remembering that.
I remember it. It broke my heart. All right, so if we can reset this case to another final plea calendar.
Thank you, Judge. And can we reset it to a calendar that Judge Morrow is handling? He's been the one that's been with us almost every single month since we've had this case. He's
right.
very familiar and very intimately familiar.
Right,
with the case.
I'm also familiar. All right, so if we could, the problem is I don't think it's known.
Got it.
Who sits here, and that's why we ended up with this situation today. Let's see.
So you need to reset for another finally.
Okay, so we'll reset this to a final plea, but the thing is, final pleas are usually in person, so I don't mind if they come to another.
He lives in Michigan, Judge. Not that I'm advocating, but I just know this case so well, and so it would.
Right, if it could be put on another status that I'm not doing.
Yes, Judge.
The problem is I might end up doing it tonight. There's no other this week. I mean, this month we would know who's coming.
Right.
So is there a calendar we could do as an add-on, unfortunately, so to make sure we don't have this same problem again?
Right.
Thank you, Judge.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to have a full understanding. So I'm still working towards getting like hours completed and trying to get.
I don't tell me too much.
Mr. Bobo, I'll talk to you about.
What only reason it's getting reset is because you and I spoke about this case. Normally it would have gone forward today, okay?
Yes.
So because we spoke, I personally cannot hear your case. So.
Judge, for me, any add-on is fine, and I'm sure for the deputy Solicitor General as well, and I'm sure my client, I mean, we've worked out a plea, so whatever the court can accommodate, that'd be wonderful.
So, here's a suggestion, because all your child, you're not gonna be Zoom, in person, when I know he's, okay, so we're still for the 19th. Do you want me to sign on for a plea?
I think, am I coming June 19th? Let's make sure. May 19th, let's make sure. Let's see, is there an Orca calendar that Judge Morrow is doing? Let's look, hold on.
So there's, so we have,
what about
motions and bench trial for the 17th.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we put him on the 17th? Judge Morrow is assigned that day.
May 17th?
Yes, can we do
So
that?
we can do, I'm sorry, on May 17th for,
At what time?
We're checking to see and to make sure that I'm not gonna be.
Because I have to make sure that, that we can sort of the Zoom ordinance to be able to do it via Zoom. Yeah, can you give me just a moment? Can we do a Zoom in the 17th? I know it's a motion from the trial, but can we do a Zoom specifically for this case, especially suited for the 17th? It needs to be on June 17th. Is it your question, June 17th?
I mean, no, May 17th.
I mean, I'm sorry.
May 17th.
My apologies. It's just an add-on for him.
One plea add-on, special set.
Special set. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
All right, so can we put it there or
Um,
we have to check one? We have to
just
check
have
it.
her, wait, just on.
1 second.
Oh, we can move on to the next.
Okay, let's take the plea for another case.
Judge, may I be excused? I think Ms. Riley or Ms. Githia can let
We'll
me
give
know.
you the day. Yes, that's fine. Take care.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that.
All right, Mr.
Thank you,
Bobo,
Mr.
Mr. Bobo, don't you leave yet. We want you to know your date, okay? All
Yes, ma'am.
right.
Appearance.
All right, let's take the plea for Miss Barty.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is example. You said you stay on to hear my
Yes,
question?
please don't leave until you know your date that you have to show up, okay? Don't leave yet.
Okay, May 17th, and then we're gonna wait for 17th for that. Yes. Okay, thank you. So yeah, we can do the add-on for May 17th.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bobo's case will be reset to May 17th. Mr. Bobo, keep that date. You're gonna appear on Zoom just as you appeared today, and you're free to go at this time, okay?
All right, I appreciate it.
It'll be at,
What time?
it'll be at 1:30. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Bobo. All right. All right, let's proceed with Ms. Barty's plea. Ms. Barty, in case 20 CR 002622F, you are charged with DUI per se. Please raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, so you can put your hand down. Ms. Riley, if you would give me the state's offer at this time.
Yes, Your Honor, it's 12 months probation, or excuse me, 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served, 24 hours, the balance on probation, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, an alcohol and drug evaluation, any treatment that is recommended, a risk reduction, 1 victim impact panel, and count 2 can merge, or if you need for me to submit a null pros, I can submit a null pros.
All right. Was that your understanding, Mr. Haddad, of the offer, and do you stipulate the factual basis, ID, and venue?
Yes, that was the offer, Judge, and we do stipulate, as I stated, my only request is the reporting by phone.
All right. Ms. Barty, do you understand your rights today, and are you ready to go forward with taking the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No.
Do you understand that by taking a plea, you're giving up your right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that the requirements as just listed by the state of what you'll have to do?
Yes, but I resign in Florida, so can I do?
Well, no, just yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. And your attorney has already asked me about reporting via phone, so we'll discuss that in a moment, okay?
Okay.
And you understand that taking a plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment or immigration or anything else like that?
Yes.
All right, as to the charge of DUI, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I accept your guilty plea. I will allow this defendant to report via phone or Zoom. Is there anything else, Ms. Riley or Mr. Haddad?
No, Judge, nothing on behalf of the defense. Ms. Barty, I will email you the instructions as to what to report by phone to probation, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
State, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Barty. You are free to go at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Has Ms. Githier returned yet? No. Yes, you have. All
I'm
right.
here.
All right, thank you, Ms. Githier. Mr. Haddad had some concerns and questions regarding, what position was that? The gentleman who needed the interpreter?
Position 35, Mr. Portillo Melgar.
Yes.
Yes,
Mr. Haddad was making some statements, but I don't think you were here. Mr. Haddad, will you start again?
Yes, Judge. The state is a little bit familiar, obviously, with this case, but as I stated earlier, my client is physically here. He's in a wheelchair. In the past, we had Zoom meetings, but he did not appear. Judge Law ordered that he come in today, and I think, are we missing the interpreter?
Yes, we are.
One moment. One moment, Your Honor.
Okay. Your Honor, permission to sound for a client to see if he's on Zoom.
Yes.
Eric Harvey, Mr. Harvey, are you on? All right.
And in the meantime, Ms. Helen, do you have any announcements?
I apologize, Judge. It was hard for me to unmute myself. Okay. Judge, I have all of my announcements. If the court is ready to take those.
Yes. Well, yes.
Position number 8, Mr. Bowers, he's on Zoom at the moment. Judge, I have qualified him. He does qualify, but again, this is the first time I've met him this morning, Judge. We just want to hear the offer, and we'd like to be reset to either a final plea calendar or a status calendar, Judge, for Mr. Bowers.
All right, let's go through all your announcements.
Oh, sure.
Go ahead.
Second announcement is position number 24, Mr. Kellogg. He also qualifies, Judge, and that's going to be the same announcement. I'd like the offer on the record, but I'd like just a one-time reset so that I can get all of the discovery information, put in my entry for all of these cases, Judge, request body camera as well, Judge. But Mr. Qualified, Kellogg does qualify, and we're just asking for a reset.
All right. Are those your only 2 cases?
No, Judge. I've got several more. Position number 33, Mr. Chad Nelson. He does not qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. However, I do believe he wants to speak to the solicitor today on Zoom, if that's possible.
Okay.
Position number 34, Ms. Ponder also qualifies. Judge, that's a DUI, so we're going to ask to be reset to the next motions calendar.
Okay.
I'm going to enter in my appearance and also request the body worn cameras in that case. Number 40, position 40, Mr. White. He does not qualify for our services today, Judge. However, I do believe with his case being the traffic citations that they are, he'd like to speak to the solicitor directly today, Judge.
All right, we'll allow that shortly.
And
all
then,
right, keep going. I'm sorry.
The last position, Your Honor, I apologize. Number 46, Mr. Wright, Alexander Wright.
Okay.
Judge, he does qualify as well. This is with this case, Judge, we are asking to be put on for either a status or the final plea, Judge. For Mr. Wright, I'm going to enter in my appearance. We're going to request some videos, but I do believe after that next court date, we're going to be either ready for a jury trial or bench trial.
All right, let's go back to Ms. Ponder for a moment. The substance or proffer regarding your motion, Ms. Helen, so that we can see if that's appropriate for a reset and release Ms. Ponder.
Yes, Judge. With her DUI case, I've read through some of the elements of the police report. I do believe that this case may be dispositive on a motions calendar, Judge, but if not, we're headed towards a jury trial.
All right, so we will reset Ms. Ponder's case to the motions calendar. Ms. Ponder, keep your address and all your information current with the court and your attorney. Other than that, you're free to go at this time, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ponder.
All right.
What was the date of her motions here?
The 23rd of June.
Thank you.
And I believe both pro se people want to speak with Ms. Githia. So let's hear the offers first, really quickly. And then all the pleas belong to Ms. Githia as well, don't they?
I don't have any more, please.
I have one with Ms. Petey Haddad, Mr.
Okay.
Harvey, if he appears.
I don't think he's appeared. So, all right. So let's go through Ms. Helen's announcements very quickly. Let's go to the case of Mr. Kellogg, who did qualify. What is the offer for that particular case?
12 months probation, 6 weeks of anger management, alcohol drug evaluation, and any required treatment, and no contact with Camila McNack.
I apologize, Judge. My Zoom is acting real funky right now. Could you repeat that plea again? I got 12 months of probation. Was there any anger management?
6 weeks.
And the no contact?
Correct. And alcohol drug evaluation and treatment.
Understood.
And your client rejects that offer at this time, Ms. Helen?
Judge, I don't believe he rejects it. That's his first time hearing about it, but I don't believe he's at a place that he can take that plea of guilty just now. But Judge, we'd asked for that offer to still be offered to Mr. Kellogg. I just don't believe he can accept it right now, Judge. If we can be reset to a final plea calendar for Mr. Kellogg, just to keep that offer.
All right, so he'll be reset to the final plea on June the 9th at 9 a.m.
Understood, Judge.
All right, you're free to go at this time, Mr. Kellogg. All right. Let's see.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have the offer for Mr. Bowers, position 8.
All right, if you want to give us that offer.
Yes, it's 12 months to serve 6 days. Credit for time served, 6 days. The balance on probation, a family violence intervention program, 30 hours of community service, and no further violent or harassing contact with the victim, Nia Fletcher.
And your client does not wish to take that at this time, Ms.
Not that he want to take it, Judge. That's his first time hearing it. I do want to give him more time to discuss the FTIP. I'm sorry, Mr. Kellogg.
What's the date and the time again?
You'll get a notice, Mr. Kellogg. It's gonna be the June 9th, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, we gotta keep moving. All right, go ahead, Ms. Helen.
Yes, Judge, I do believe that that's a reasonable offer, but he's just not able to accept it today, Judge. We first time meeting him. I just want to enter in my appearance, explain what that FIP program comes with. Can he be reset to that final plea calendar as well?
All right, he'll be set June 9th, final plea. And Mr. Bowers, you're free to go at this time. All right, and all right, and I'm sorry, Ms. Helen. Who were your other?
The people who did not qualify were positions 33, Mr. Nelson, and then position 40, who I do believe wanted to speak to Ms. Githia.
Okay, so let's see, Mr. Nelson, I'm gonna allow you to speak with Ms. Githia in a breakout room. Please don't tell her any of your defenses or discuss the case too much with her, because what could happen is she is the state and she can use what you say against her. However, I do want you to discuss resolving the case, all right? And if you all are not able to reach a resolution that you feel comfortable with, I will reset your case and give you the opportunity to speak to an attorney, okay? So if Mr. Nelson can go into the breakout with Ms. Githia.
Before we go into that breakout room, with regards to position 42, Ms. April Williams, did she also apply for the services of the public defender?
Hold on one second. I'm getting so out of order. I believe so. I think I directed that she speaks to them. So hold one moment. Let's go back to the interpretation case before Ms. Githia departs.
Understood.
Okay. All
Thank you.
right, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Judge. The interpreter is present in the courtroom right now, so we can proceed. Judge, this is a hit and run from 2020. My client was released on pretrial release after, I think, 14 days in custody. And the interpreter who's present in the courtroom has dealt with him over the last 2 years. And he explained to me that he's seen personally my client's ability to comprehend and physical abilities just getting worse and worse. And I do have paperwork that the only thing I have provided to the state that when my client was diagnosed with PSP, which is progressive supranuclear palsy. It's like MS. It's not getting better. He's not really competent to even take the plea, Judge. There's really no point to doing a competency evaluation because it's not going to get better. It's a rare disease. Physically, also, he's breaking down. It's almost like Parkinson's. I would just ask. I mean, this is an unusual situation, Judge. I don't know what else to do. I would simply ask a dead docket on this case under the circumstances. If not, then I would ask.
Received any information regarding his medical condition that the state could consider?
I have received a document that Mr. Haddad gave me today. But in this situation, there's a victim who is still undergoing treatment. As of today, she was still undergoing treatment as a result. And I do understand, what the defendant is going through. But we also have a victim that, as a result of his actions, that is trying to get some type of restitution because she is still inconvenienced, have been inconvenienced out of the situation. And so we're just trying to find something to also put her back in the place where she would have been in had this not ever occurred.
Understanding that point, but what I'm saying is from here, if he's not able, what is the offer at this time? Is there an offer? And I understand that you're saying he can't take a plea, but there's a problem with that. So what would be the offer at this time?
It was 12 months to serve 18 days, credit for time served 18 days, a $300 fine, and the rest a restitution to Ms. Katrina De Jesus. We are still working with her to get the payments the medical payments that she's had to come out of pocket for.
Okay. The issue that I'm hearing is that they're saying that his ability to understand this is going down further and further and further. And can I see the substance of the medical? Do you have what was the medical information given? Because if he can't take a plea and can't tell me that he understands what's happening and knowingly, I mean, I don't see any option but for me to do a competency evaluation. Mr. Haddad, you're saying that there's no point, but if you're saying he can't understand what's happening and it's getting worse, the only thing I can think of is for us to do a competency evaluation and decide from there whether this case can go forward. Especially if the state is not willing to dismiss at this vantage point in light of the information before them. We'd have to make a determination as to whether or not he actually can understand what is happening. Do you disagree?
You're asking me, Judge?
I'm asking you.
I think
everyone, if there's a competency issue here and he really can't take a plea and doesn't understand, we'd have to have a formal competency evaluation, I'm assuming. Go ahead.
I apologize for interrupting, Judge. The difference in this case as to why I respectfully disagree is that, unfortunately, in addition to his competency issue, he's physically getting worse. He can't really get out of the house. I mean, if somebody's going to come and get an evaluation from even the language, not even just mentioning the language barrier, but he has an inability to communicate well. And it's only going to get worse just based on my research on this disease. So I mean, normally I would say if somebody was physically fit and fine, maybe we can do competency. I mean, we can do it, but I think it's just delaying.
I'm open to other dynamic solutions if you have one. But if you're saying it's a lack of comprehension, my hands are, what can I do? The state won't dismiss it, as I'm going to at this time because there's restitution owed. You're saying he can't take a plea because he doesn't really understand what's happening. I mean, if you have another solution, I'm open to it.
Really leaning on the state.
If you have another, I can't force the state to dismiss. We could have a bench trial, I guess, but it wouldn't be today. And
But we really can't, with all due respect, Judge, we can't really have a bench trial if he's not even comprehending on what's going on.
right. So, but the way to get out of that not comprehending is something that says he doesn't get what's happening here. That's what, unless there's another dynamic solution that I'm not aware of. Ms. Githia, are you aware of one?
I am not, Your Honor, and I've been trying to come up with a resolution to this.
The short answer is that the alleged victim is, she can sue civilly, but it's unfortunate, but she's out of pocket. And we can't undo. So I'd file a competency. That's fine. I don't have an issue, but it's nothing's
That's the
gonna.
only thing I can think of. If he fails the competency evaluation, there's a whole procedure for that. I just don't know what a procedure is until, what we could do is, what about if there's only an issue of the restitution, Ms. Githia, perhaps we reset it to a status type calendar where he could appear online. You determine the amount of restitution owed and he enter into some type of pretrial diversion. Or I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with a solution.
And can we put this on the status calendar a few months out to give us time to try to come up with a resolution?
That's what nothing's going to happen today. So what we're going to do is we'll unfortunately reset it to a status calendar. Perhaps we can produce some more medical evidence regarding his condition. I understand, Mr. Haddad, but I can't
No, I understand. I know the court's role is limited. I'm not.
Especially at this calendar, there's very few things I can do at a status.
My only request, and I'm okay, I guess, with resetting a status, but I would ask specifically if not to issue a bench warrant if he does not appear on Zoom, because it's really impossible to get him. It was really hard to try and get him here today.
I'm not gonna be here. We can ask, we can't, I might be here, but
anyway, I
understand.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
I think so. I don't know if I can do a preemptive no bench warrant. I've never heard of that request.
Well, at least if my concern.
Well, Ms. Githia is aware and perhaps can take note of the defendant's condition and consider that in her request to the court for bench warrants. Okay.
If it's going to be a situation where he's not appearing because of a doctor's appointment or something, it's something we just can't say just because he decided to not.
Well, they're not saying he's deciding to not come. They're just saying he's having. Judge Law did issue, I see a note specifically where he had to come because he could not access the Zoom. So we're just trying to, I guess, Mr. Haddad, from a prudent standpoint, is trying to avoid the complications and situations they've had in the past. I don't really know how to best address that. He will have to do his best to appear. A bench warrant may issue.
Well, I would say this, Judge. Ultimately, if he does not show up, a bench warrant is issued and he's in jail, then the state is going to end up fitting the bill on everything that he's going through. It is frustrating, but
is he prepared to pay the rest? Let's just pretend he was competent and could take a plea. Is he prepared to pay the restitution or able to pay the restitution?
No, Judge. He's
no. Okay. There's another hitch to that issue as well. The only choice I have is to reset status.
Okay.
I won't require that since he did come this time, I won't require it to be another in-person appearance, but please explain the seriousness and perhaps someone with him can assist with him getting on Zoom, all right?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, best of luck to Mr. Portillo Melgar. I understand the complexity of this situation. And Ms. Githia, if you would please explore some dynamic solutions here. I would
Yes, I am.
greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Ms. Githia, can you speak to Mr. Nelson? Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry, Ms. Turner.
Yes, I haven't spoken with anyone.
Okay, we're gonna reset that to the July 7th status calendar. I'm sorry, who was speaking?
Mr. Nelson, I haven't spoken with anyone.
I know you haven't. Please hold.
Okay.
All right, any
Hold it,
announcements,
hold time.
Mr. Gaither? Mr. Gaither's not here. He don't have any announcements. Any other announcements, Mr. Haddad?
No, Judge, if I may step outside, I'm gonna contact Mr. Harvey and see what's going on.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
just- has been signed.
That's fine. And then we also need to address position 42 in the back. Ms. Githia, I'm gonna allow you to go into a breakout now with Mr. Nelson. It's my hope you can resolve that. I'm sorry, Ms. Helen, is Ms. Helen still here? You had other announcements as well.
I did, Judge, but I thought we went through them. I'll go through.
Was there anybody I didn't dismiss? That was one of your cases?
We did position 8, Mr. Bowers, position 24, Mr. Kellogg, also did position 46, and that was my last one.
46. Oh, Ms. Githia, don't go yet. Is she gone?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her a question about position 10. She said that was on crossing 420.
That's what she said.
Yes.
That was ASG Riley. Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, thank you, because I didn't see the disposition in item.
You're welcome. I have a note that Deputy Lamar Rhodes.
Okay,
sent
okay.
Mr. Glanville.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
So Mr. Nelson is gonna speak to Ms. Githia. I believe Mr. White is gonna speak to Ms. Githia. And then Mr. Gaither will give me the remaining announcements. It's my hope.
Pretty embarrassing. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Does Mr. Gaither have any announcements? Oh, he's not back. All right, thank you. There you are, Mr. Gaither. Any announcements?
Yes.
We're ready when you are.
We can, position 9, Judge Brianna Bryant. I just forwarded, Ms. Riley some documents for her to review. So we might just want to hold to give her an opportunity to just at least review it to see whether a decision can be made today or later. Just want to at least update the court. That's where we are with that. Position, uh-oh. Position 39, Ms. Jacqueline Truitt. I believe Ms. Kithia and I have agreed that that needs to go to a specialized court.
Okay,
Okay,
so that case will be reset. What orders need to be entered? That court has to accept this case,
I
correct?
believe so. So what?
Okay, so
I'm
what we need
gonna have to
do-
lean on Mr. Haddad for that.
All right, so I'm sure Ms. Vivian understands and consents to that. So what we'll do is we'll reset this case to another status. If it's removed and taken to that type of court ahead of time, of course, they would not have to appear at the status
Okay.
calendar. It typically takes how long to know if we're accepted? Couple weeks? Say again? Okay, let's do a July calendar just to make sure. July 7th, so we're gonna reset position 39 to July 7th. For status. And Mr. Gaither, will you let your client and her know
Yes, I will.
that they can be excused at this time?
I will. And let me just make 2 more announcements
Okay,
and
I'm
then
ready.
I'll go back and talk to him. Position 41, Mr. White's case, he's on Zoom. We just want to place this case on the next available, I guess the next calendar, and then we might be able to resolve it at that time.
Okay, we'll reset you, Mr. White, to the June 7th calendar. Normally, we would wait for you to hear the offer, but you're represented by Mr. Gaither, who I'm sure Mr. Gaither received that offer. Keep in contact with, and this is Mr. Shahan White, not Mr. DeAnthony.
Right, Mr. Shahan White.
Shahan White.
Yes, ma'am.
Your address current with the court and with your attorney, but you're otherwise free to go. You'll be reset to June 7th.
Okay,
I'm sorry, June 9th. I'm sorry, June 9th.
okay.
All right, and
And
your
then-
other announcement?
Yes, Judge, I spoke with Miss April Williams, position 42. I will represent her. This is a DUI matter. I at least need to file an entry and get the state's file or get access to the discovery. I don't know anything about the stop, the arrest, anything.
Okay, so I'm assuming you'll get an offer from Ms. Gizzier. Ms. Williams, keep your address current and you're free to go other than that, okay?
My address has changed.
Okay, you need to fill that out before we have a change of address?
Okay.
You're gonna fill out a change of address, then you're free to go. Make sure Mr. Gaither has your address.
Gotta do the official change of address on the paper. Okay.
Okay. Did I miss one? Oh, this gentleman right here. Hold on. You talk to me.
Mr. Gaither? I'm sorry, I thought you were Aaron, but you know, you're cool. I thought you was right by you.
Yeah, I feel a lot of pain.
What floor?
That is.
Okay, let me unmute Mr. Mincy. There's an announcement. That's Ms. Githier's case who's not here. I'm assuming you're requesting the reset as well, like you received an offer from her.
I haven't received an offer. That's one case I didn't get a chance to talk to her about. And I kind of,
Let's wait for her to come back to at least hear the offer. And
That's
then
fine.
he'll be free to go.
that's fine.
Everyone else has been spoken to this here.
Yes, I'm
Did
going
anybody
to get
else
their
wish
contact
to-
information.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I need a pen to finish.
Here.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what, since you started, this finish.
Judge, there's a gentleman on Zoom in position 16. Yeah, I don't think he's been addressed. He named himself position 16, so I'm not sure if he's actually position 16.
Sir, what's your name?
Is that Mr. Harvey?
Position six, the one that says position 16, what's your name?
Mr. Harvey?
Mr. Harvey?
Possibly. I can't, I haven't seen.
I
him
don't
in a
think
year
so.
and a half.
Who are you, sir, at position? Your screen name says position 16. Who are you? Let's see if he'll bar number. Thank
You have to unmute, sir.
Oh, and Mr. Haddad, do you want this medical
Oh, yes.
information back?
Yeah, I have an email. You want me to put it on there? Okay.
And then that way, we can just update you on it, you know, the attorney have to email you for whatever. Thank you, I appreciate it.
But if I do.
I'll just put it on the comment.
Okay. Your Honor, that is apparently Mr. Harvey, position number 16. I just texted him. And do you know how to unmute yourself, Mr. Harvey?
Why does he think he's?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
That's him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Just don't mute yourself. Just be quiet for a little bit, okay?
That's Mr. Do we have his paperwork?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. But it's not someone by the state. Is it non-negotiated or negotiated?
It's a negotiated. Ms. Riley, do you have your permission to sign the,
Thank you. All
Yes,
right.
you have my express permission to sign. I'm not sure that non-negotiated may have been just a typo, but it is a negotiated plea.
All right, Mr. Harvey, your case is 20 CR 002126Y. In this case, you're charged with theft by taking with the offense date of May the 25th, 2019. You understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna put you under oath for the purposes of taking the plea. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Please hold. I see Ms. Githier is back. Ms. Githier, do you have an announcement? Ms. Githier, are you there?
Yes, sorry, Your Honor.
That's fine. Do you have an announcement?
Okay, I believe Mr. Nelson is going to ask for a reset to give him some time.
Okay, Mr. Nelson, it's my advice that you consult with an attorney. Your case will be reset June 9th for you to seek counsel and to consider Ms. Githie's offer. Ms. Githie, will you put the offer onto the record?
Yes, Your Honor. For battery family violence, it is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, the balance probated, a family violence intervention program, 20 hours of community service, no further violent contact with the victim, Yakita Lawrence. For the simple battery family violence, is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, the balance probated, and that would be concurrent. 1 count of cruelty to children, that'd be 1 parenting class. And the other 2 cruelty to children in the 3rd degree would be null prost, dismissed.
All right. Mr. Nelson, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you've heard that offer. You're gonna have some time to think about that. You're gonna consult with an attorney and you're gonna reappear on the 9th of June, okay?
Is that a time?
The same time,
Okay.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go. All right, Ms. Githie, before I put you in the breakout with Mr. White, will you please give us the offer for case 20 CR 005407C, the case of Delvon Mincy, position 29.
Yes, Your Honor. For the battery family violence, it'll be 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, the balance probated, a family violence intervention program, no further violent contact with the victim, Angel Gibson, a $300 fine or 40 hours of community service for the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, 1 parenting class.
All right, so that is the offer, Mr. Gaither. At this time, your client is not prepared to take that offer, so we will reset it to the June 9th status calendar. All right? Once you've given your attorney your information, you're free to go, okay? All right, let's go back to the plea we were taking for Mr. Harvey. Mr. Harvey, I placed you under oath, did I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. All right, Ms. Riley, if you proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, it is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, the balance is suspended, the case will close today.
All right, was that your understanding?
Yes, Judge, you'll be entering a no plea, Judge.
And you stipulate to factual basis, ID and venue?
I do.
Does the state object to the no love plea?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey, I'm gonna ask you some questions, okay? Did
Yes, ma'am.
anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promise you anything in exchange?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol that would affect your ability to understand this proceeding?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with Mr. Haddad's representation?
Yes, ma'am.
Has he fully explained the plea paperwork to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand you're not gonna have any further court dates regarding this charge?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand you're giving up your right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you further understand that taking a guilty plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment, immigration, anything of that nature?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the charge of theft by taking, Mr. Harvey, how do you plead?
Guilty? No.
No. You can tell me you plead no. I accept your no plea. The case will close today. Is there anything further, Ms. Riley or Mr. Haddad?
No, Judge.
All right, I believe that concludes the entire case. You're free to go at this time, Mr. Harvey.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Is there anyone else with, we took all of Ms. Helen's cases. Mr. White, can we go into a breakout with Ms. Githia to see if we can resolve that matter? And if not, we will reset the case. Again, Mr. White, do not speak to her about your defenses. Just speak to her to see if there's a resolution of the case that you can consider, okay?
Excuse me, am I free to go, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Harvey, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
I unplugged to your computer. Oh, that's fine. I took over.
All right, those who did not appear today will be reset to the show cause calendar on the 9th.
We do have one more case, Judge. I don't want to put pressure on Ms. Riley, but just so we'll know what to do. For position 9, Brianna Bryant, she was initially on Zoom, but she was on her way here. She's here in the courtroom. Just want to know, we will be able to resolve it based on the documents, or will she need more time just so I can give Ms. Bryant a court date and have her come back?
No, I'm working on amending the accusation now, just
Oh, okay.
more moments.
Okay.
Thank you.
How you doing, Frank?
No, I just said a copy. What are you asking? Yeah.
All right, Mr. White is back. Is Ms. Githia back? Yes, Ms. Githia. Ms. Githia, any announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. White is going to accept the state's offer and plead guilty. The problem is he doesn't have access to a printer, so we can ask that this be reset.
We're gonna reset Mr. White to a final plea calendar. Mr. White, you're gonna be required to come in person to that final plea calendar. It'll be on June 9th at 9 a.m. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on June 9th. Take care.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right. All right, Ms. Riley, any announcement for Mr. Gaither? And then after this one case, I believe we concluded the whole calendar.
Right, I believe that, yeah, Miss Riley she's
I'm finishing up the plea paper.
she's doing her thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm finishing up the plea paperwork for Miss Bryant. I'll be sending that in just a moment. So that would be a plea.
Ms. Bryant's here?
Yeah, she's here. She was initially on Zoom. Oh, Miss Bryant, come on.
So let's go ahead and start her case, even though.
She was
Ms. Bryant-
initially on Zoom, but she was on her way to the courtroom and she's here.
Okay, Ms. Bryant, your case is 21 CR 0000770C. In this case, you're charged with three counts? Oh, 2 counts of DUI and 1 count of speeding.
And
I believe it's gonna be amended,
Yes.
so it won't be those charges. Once I have your paperwork, I'll be aware. What are the charges now?
Your Honor, count 3 will be amended, or it has been amended to reckless driving.
Okay. So it's still 2 counts of DUI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bryant, do you understand your rights today? Why don't you come up here? And even though the paperwork isn't completed, have you had the opportunity to speak with her thoroughly, Mr. Gaither?
Yes, Judge.
All right, do you understand your rights, Ms. Bryant?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna place you under oath. And we won't need the factual basis here, I don't believe. But Ms. Bryant, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down.
And Judge, and just for the record, what I'll say is, as her counsel, for the purpose of this guilty plea, we will stipulate to a factual basis, identity, and venue.
All right, thank you for those stipulations. Ms. Riley, I know I'm asking you for flight multitasking, but do you have the offers available?
Yes, Your Honor. It
All
would
right.
be a plea to count 3, reckless driving, which is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served, 24 hours. the balance on probation, $1,000 fine, 80 hours of community service, alcohol and drug evaluation, and any treatment that is recommended, risk reduction, and 1 victim impact panel.
Was that your understanding of the offer, Mr. Gaither?
Yes, Judge.
And your client wishes to plead guilty to reckless driving today?
Yes, Judge.
All right, reminding you that you're under oath, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Do you swear and affirm, I'm sorry, I already did that. It's been a long day, forgive me. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Do you fully understand this proceeding?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did you get promised anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No, ma'am.
And you understand you're giving up your rights to any further court dates or to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you understand the requirements, the classes you have to take, the fines you need to pay, community service, everything of that nature as just explained by the state?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, as to the charge of reckless driving, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea at this time. Is there anything further? I know we're still waiting on paperwork, but is there anything further, Mr. Gaither or Ms. Riley?
Nothing, Judge. We just, my client would like to thank the state for their consideration and thank you for working this out. And she would like to thank the court for accepting the plea.
All right, thank you all around. Once we have that paperwork signed and completed, Ms. Bryant will be free to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
And nothing further from the state, Your Honor. And thank you. I am sending it now.
And in the meantime, can we review the calendar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, what was for position 42, did Ms. Williams qualify for?
He did qualify. I apologize. Mr. Gaither said that he had heard the offer and we're gonna reset that case.
I'm sorry, what position was it?
Ms. Williams.
April Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I apologize. I would like to perfect the record on the paperwork. I put counts 1 through 2 merged, but I did not put what the counts were. So I do not have an objection if that needs to be written into the sentence line.
Okay. I think it should be fine.
Okay.
But
I was just moving too fast. My apologies.
No, that's all right.
we appreciate you moving
Yes,
as rapidly as
no
you can.
complaints
It's been
from
a
me.
long work day.
It has been a very
It
long.
really,
Is it, well, other than,
You guys are sending me out right.
I
was just gonna say now, other than, Miss Bryant, is nobody here but us. Y'all noticed that, Miss Riley has her hair all down since the day her last day and she moving on to bigger and better thing.
That's funny.
That's right. I'm just letting it all out.
And she signed, so, I mean, she's gonna sign shortly. And then there's nothing, nobody else is on Zoom, okay.
Miss Riley, I'm sure Miss Githier is going to miss you.
Yes, but
I'm gonna miss the two of you tag teaming. Miss seeing both of you tag teaming on our days together.
Yes, I will miss you as well, Miss Redden, and all of you. But
Well.
who knows? I mean, who knows what will happen? I may be back.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Miss
all of
Kitty,
you.
I got your back as much as I can help you with.
I was
I'll
gonna
try
say,
to
have
make
some sympathy on me,
I got you.
please.
And Judge Williams, we hope we brought you back only to throw you to the wolves, didn't we?
That's how it goes, but that's okay, I won't be back for quite some time.
Oh, see.
Oh, no.
I'll be on a couple different calendars, I will not be on Orca for some time. So,
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
we should take it personally or?
No,
or
you
what?
you definitely should not take it personally.
Okay.
I enjoy the Orca calendar, I just don't have quite the rank yet to say where I get to go.
It's okay. We'll put a little plug in Mr. Talley's ear.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you as well, Judge Williams.
And if you can have some pull, so I don't end up with Saturday seat calendar, that'd be great too, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Look, I don't have that.
All right,
right.
I see we're pulling it up.
Ms. Bolton asked, I think, for me to upload. I did file it down. I don't know if they accepted it because I just did it, Ms. Bolton.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Haddad and Mr. Gaither were scrambling today too. Great work today. What were the odds of me getting Mr. Bobo? I don't know. He literally just came to my office for a consult. I didn't even accept him as a client. And I'm surprised I remembered him, but I did. And I emailed my paralegal really quickly and asked her, did she have a record of an intake? And she did.
You have a great memory, Judge. I don't know.
Those type of
Those facts are hard to forget.
Yeah, you don't really forget facts like that.
That's
And
true.
yeah,
That
so
is true.
quite difficult. Quite difficult.
Yeah.
So. Is everyone right here? Is everyone ready for the calendar? Recall the calendar.
Yes.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's a lot of positions. Thank you for your patience.
Sure.
So position 1 and position 2, I have a show cause.
Yes, anybody?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so show cause, that will be for June 9th.
Wait,
Mr. Gaither, I'm waiting on you to see it.
where are you?
I just started. Position
Oh, okay, okay.
show cause, June 9th. Position 2, show cause, June 9th. Position 3, plea. Position 4 was no cross. Position 5, reset status 6-9. Position 6, reset 5-17 at 1:30. Position 7, reset 5-17 at 1:30. Position 8, reset final plea 6-9. Position 9 was a plea. Position 10, no cross. Position 11, reset further notice. Position 12, show cause 6-9. Position 13, jury trial demand. Position 14, show cause 6-9. Position 15, show cause 6-9. Position 15. Position 16, reset status for the 8th or 9th. Position 17, I have a show cause for 6-9.
They didn't appear.
Anyone's correction? Any corrections?
I didn't see, did anyone see a Joshua Fletcher appear?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Didn't either, so. show
Okay.
cause.
Position 18, reset status 6-9. Position 19, show cause 6-9. Position 20, show cause 6-9. Position 21, show cause 6-9. Position 22, plea. Position 24, show cause 6-9.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I think
Position 23.
23, what's,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
23 show cause, 24 appeared.
Okay. 24, reset final plea 6-9. Position 25, jury trial demand. Position 26, I have a show cause for 6-9. 27, show cause 6-9. Position 28, motions reset 6-23. Position 29, reset status 6-9. Position 30, I have a show cause 6-9. Position 31, show cause 6-9. Position 32, show cause 6-9. Position 33, reset status 6-9. Position 34, reset motion 6-23. Position 35, reset status July 7th. Position 36, reset status 6-9. Position 37, show cause, 6-9. Position 38, motions, reset, 6-23. Position 39, reset status, July 7th. Position 40, reset, final plea, 6-9. Position 41, reset status, 6-9. Position 42, reset status, 6-9.
I'm sorry, Ms. Redden, can you go back to 39 and go back down? I'm sorry.
Okay, position 39, reset status, July 7th.
Okay, then position 40.
Reset, final plea, 69.
Okay, thank you.
Position 41, reset status, 6-9. Position 42, reset status, 6-9. Position 43, reset motion, 6-23. Position 44 was a plea. Position 45, reset status, 6-9. And position 46, reset status, 6-9. Any comments, changes, corrections, questions? All right, hearing none, we'll be in recess until next week's Orca. Good luck to you, Ms. Riley. Take care, everyone. See you
Take care.
all.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Frank.